What's happening, guys? We're back with another one.
What's going on, guys?
Shubbz here with Lex.
Hi.
What's happening, bro? How's your week been, bro?
Fam, my week's been busy, you know. I'm tired, fam.
Yeah.
Tired, like. I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. I feel like I'm gonna collapse, fam. Like.
How comes? What did I tell you, bro? There's no glory in a grind that grinds.
No, it's not even that, but it's just like, for example, like, where I'm kind of taking on more stuff, I'm getting like more responsibility at work, innit? So, like, for example, where I'd usually leave at like 5:30, I'd leave at like 6, 6:30, sometimes 7.
Yeah.
Hour commute, I'll get home at like 8, past 8, eat, settle down, and then get into what I'm doing, innit? Obviously, I'm limited with time.
Yeah.
So I kind of have to push the boat out a bit and just kind of stay up a bit late and stuff. And obviously, like, my tardiness is kind of bad, innit? Like, I'm used to getting in at like 15 minutes past 9, 20 minutes past 9. But obviously, where I'm like kind of working in the client-facing service, the client was like, oh, like, Alex is always late, innit?
Oh, yeah.
So my manager's like, yeah, you just need to fix up. So man needs to just... So I've been getting in early, like 8:45, sometimes even 8:30.
That's good.
I'm only going to do that for like 2 months though, and then revert back, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, you know, in this corporate world, you got to make them happy, bro.
You got to play the game.
Yeah, exactly,
Mad.
bro.
You got to play the game still. But what about yourself?
Oh, bro, life is hard right now. So obviously, quit my job. Decided to take the leap. Did that, and yeah, I'm just... It's not easy. But I feel like what's making it easier for me is sort of being surrounded with the right people, people who are in a similar boat as well. So like sometimes I go to working spaces like WeWork, where a few people I know are at.
Is it free?
No. So like you can go there with one or two people. So like some of my clients are there as well. So I just go there, connect with them.
Yeah. Are they open on weekends? I'm looking for a space to work. I've been looking at coffee shops, but you know them, man, I don't really like going places that are too busy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think it might be open on weekends, but there's also working areas that were like 24/7, 365. There's one different areas. You just got to search it up. WeWork is just a more branded one.
Yeah.
But yeah, with that, it's tough. But luckily, I got a business partner who's sort of similar position as me, and also, like I said, I'm not the only one in this position. Like even people who are working as well, finding it hard. So like I sort of understand that I'm still in the process, and
I guess now
gonna be perfect.
Now's the time, innit? Like to kind of take that leap of faith, fam. Because I was chatting to my sister today. Actually, she called me while I was on my lunch break, and she was like, "Oh, do you have a minute?" And she was like, "Oh yeah, like I was just reading through my diary from 2014 onwards," and she was like, "It's only now where she's doing the stuff she wants to do." Do you know what I'm saying? Obviously, she's like 5 years older than me. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, she was just like, oh yeah, like anything you want to do it now. And I'm like, fam, man's really doing it. Like, I'm not waiting for anything, do you know what I'm saying? Because we're young, do you know what I'm saying?
No, definitely. I feel like that's also because a lot of time people write things back and never go back to it. Like I used to do that, like say like end of year goals, like resolutions. Yeah. You never revert back to it. Yeah. You write it down like 31st of December.
But I think like you got to write it down, and it has to be in a place where you're always gonna see it. Yeah. So wherever you write in your notes, screenshot it and save it as your background. You're always seeing it. Do you know what I'm saying?
No, definitely.
So it's a constant reminder. But yeah, man, it's mad. It's been a mad couple of months still.
Yeah.
Just think about this. When this podcast started, when?
I think September.
What were we in November, innit?
Yeah, November. We've done like 5 episodes now.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's mad.
Yeah, no, definitely.
So you're saying 2020?
Yeah, bro, 2020.
Are you one of them guys that do that New Year's resolution, New Year,
Nah, bro, because really and truly, how I see it is that what's gonna change other than the year? Do you get what I mean? Like a lot of the time is you can't expect a new year. Like definitely you come out feeling more refreshed, more energized, more ready to go. But like inspiration, motivation only comes as long as as you're doing stuff. Do you get what I mean? It doesn't just come like that and stays. Do you get me? You get motivated while you're doing stuff, not just getting the motivation and then that's it. So I set goals, I set targets, but like I said, there's no point waiting till a new year to sort of make that change. Like start making it now. Start putting the foundations in place. Give yourself a head start. Do you get what I mean? So that's what I am. What about you?
Fam, I don't believe in that New Year's resolution bullshit, man. Like, I think it's just fake, fam. Like, oh yeah, new year, new me. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. It's like, all right, cool. We're in November. Why are you gonna wait? What was it 2 months?
No, a month and a half.
A month and a bit. Why are you gonna wait a month and a bit to do something? Like, just do it. If you can actually do it now, fam, just get up your ass and do it. You know what I'm saying? And as easy as it's said, yeah, it's hard, innit? But, like, and I say this all the time, like, people are motivated to do stuff. They just lack consistency.
Yeah.
So if you're motivated to do something, create like tangible steps. Fam, just create like five steps. Just make it so simple.
It's habits.
And be like, cool, yeah, habits. And just cool, I'm going to do this, this, and this. And then you just have like a bi-weekly catch-up with yourself. Do you know what I'm saying? So like, cool, this week, over these 2 weeks, I've achieved A, B, and C. And then just kind of, obviously just surround yourself with like accountability partners. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Have you got accountability partners?
Yeah, so I remember I was telling you about my other mentor, innit? You know, I got 2. So like, she's a mentor, but she's my accountability partner at the same time. So I caught up with her, innit? And I said, look, like, so basically, like, recently, kind of want to do more in it, kind of get more out of what I'm in work-wise, get more of what I'm doing. And don't get me wrong, like, as much as responsibility I'm getting, it's like, cool, it's not enough, innit? So I'm talking about, like, look, kind of what do I do, innit? And she was just chatting to me. And like, with me, yeah, whenever I don't feel fulfilled, like, my head dips. I just forget about all the good stuff I've done, innit?
Yeah.
So she was like, oh, like, Alex, like, tell me what you've been doing, innit? So I told her about the podcast, told her about the uni thing, told her about work. She was like, she pulled me, she's like, Alex, like, do you know what you've done?
Yeah.
She was like, what you've achieved is amazing. Like, be proud of yourself. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, I am, but there's more.
No, but I think like a lot of us are like that. Like a lot of the times we don't celebrate the little wins. We actually forget how much we've actually achieved in this year. Yeah. Like a lot of people are thinking, wow, 2019 was the worst year so far. 2019 was so challenging, but a lot of things has happened in 2019. A lot of good things that we've also achieved. And that's what a lot of people need to understand as well, because like we put ourselves down so much. But you got to remember, like, boy, you've been doing some stuff, like this year has been long for everyone, but a lot of good stuff have come out this year, if you get what I mean. So yeah, like a lot of people do sort of forget that as well. But yeah, that's why it's very important to have accountability partners.
It's true. And she was just like to me, like, what you've done is a mad thing, like, just be proud of it. And then she was like, your skills, like, you got leadership skills, you're creative, you're a visionary, She's like, use that to your advantage. Obviously, I worked with her, innit? So I use that to your advantage, blah, blah, blah. So I kind of, I walked away. I was like, you know what, yeah, like, man's actually not a wasteland. You know what I'm saying? Like this, you know what I'm saying? Like, man's actually achieved some good stuff, you know what I'm saying? But for me, like, that's my coping mechanism to kind of keep driving, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No,
because where I used to underachieve and not achieve anything, it's like, I'm not even trying to go back to that space again. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like I put immense pressure on myself. Sometimes like too much pressure.
Nah, definitely, man.
Where kind of overwhelmed me, innit? But that's why I kind of just surround myself with good people just to remind me of like the stuff I've done. Yeah, but even the stuff I've done, like, it's like, alright, cool, I've done it. It's not even that great anymore. What's next? Do you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, man, a visionary, G.
Nah, I get you. So, nah, definitely, man. Yeah. No, that's good. I got 2 accountability partners. So like we have a chat together. So there's 3 of us. Every Monday we're sort of writing a list of things we want to achieve. Yeah. And then at the end, so Sunday or early morning Monday, we write what we do, like the tick box next to what we've done. If you haven't done it, we'll ask why haven't you done it? See what excuse you're going to come out with. But a lot of the times you don't really want to give any excuses. Might take it up to the next level and actually start discipline, giving like punishments and stuff. But a lot of the time...
What sort of punishment?
I don't know though, man. Stuff that really sort of make you want to actually do it. Yeah. Because you can't... Like sometimes you got to put those disciplinaries in place to sort of make you want to actually get it done. but more time. I get most of it done, and like I said, focus on things that move the needle. So I don't try to do like a long to-do list of things that need to be done because I'm just gonna overwhelm myself, bro. Like it's like when you're feeling overwhelmed, it really sort of has a big mental strain on you. So
No, it does.
I really try not to get overwhelmed.
And I think that's one of the reasons I'm tired is I'm processing so much stuff.
Yeah.
Like, because basically my current project at the moment, like it's quite, there's all these like subtle nuances. If you mess up one thing, it will throw like the whole process out. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like cool. I'm thinking about that. I'm thinking about like strategies for Hustle Smart. I'm thinking about strategy for this uni thing. It's like I'm processing so much stuff. Like my brain is just,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? It can't even process everything. So yeah, just get tired. So like this week, obviously I bought COD in it. So fam, like man, just come home, bro. Man, get changed from in my boxes, bruv, on my bed. Fam, just banging COD, fam. Just
when you have work to be doing,
because fam, I need that mental break. Like
Nah,
I need that time just to check out that.
A lot of the time, bro. Let me be honest here. A lot of the things that you think need to be done don't actually need to be done, and like that's what I'm saying. Like things that move the needle, because a lot of the times, like you said, strategies and all these things, like it can actually be done tomorrow. Like don't ever kill yourself, and that's one thing I've noticed as well. Like one time, yeah, I was like, nah, man, I got so much to do. Like, why am I not here? And like, really and truly, like, if I went to sleep and didn't do nothing, like, the world's not gonna like be falling apart. Do you get what I mean?
It's true.
So a lot of the time, yeah, like, I do get what you mean. You just need that mental break. Like, watch a movie, just take the night off or whatever. Like, don't ever try and put too much on your plate that you can't even handle it.
So like, okay, cool. So what do you wanna achieve for 2020 that you're gonna start now? Or that you've started already?
Boy, it's just sort of building foundations, man, really and truly. So like building foundations in a sense of like my business, making sure by 2020 is actually like I say all the time, a business is not a business if you're not making no money. It's a hobby.
Word.
So like just starting to actually put places and things in place where you're actually bringing in monthly income. Do you get what I mean? Like not actually just building, but actually getting paid. Do you get what I mean? Because a lot of people, they start a business off, but like, yeah, it's all good starting off with a passion. I started Review Plug off with a passion.
Yeah.
Do you get me? And sort of managed to monetize it. But if you're actually going into a business, you should always make sure there's ways for you to monetize it, whether that's you selling a product or offering a service, or whether it's like different ways, like whether it's ad sponsorships, getting loans or whatever.
Yeah.
But making sure you're actually getting some money in, not just doing stuff for the sake of it. Do you get what I mean?
But okay, cool. You said building a foundation, but what is that? That could be anything. That could be placing a brick on outside.
Yeah, no, building a foundation in a sense where like I have structures, I have systems, I have funnels. So like when I'm getting a client, I know how to sort of respond to him. Whether a client's coming for an inquiry, I know how to make sure I'm closing that sale.
So is this a client for Review Plug or something else?
Yeah, no, for something else. So for the marketing, I do.
Okay.
So yeah, if a client's coming to me saying, hey, we need a strategy, or hey, we need this, or I've got this issue, you know how to respond to it, knowing that, cool. When a client comes with this kind of scenario, you know how to sort of close them because you've done this before, you've prepared for it. So knowing that, okay, cool, let's book a 30-minute consultation. Let's speak on the phone, or let's talk in person. You find out the pain points, and then with that, you sort of know what to offer him. And then you have your pricing plan in stage as well to say, this is how much it will cost, and this is what will come with it. And then with that, you're not coming off not sure. Do you get what I mean? Like it's always like with me, success is always being prepared for the opportunity. Like preparation meets opportunity. Do you get what I mean?
Hear that?
So exactly. So coming up with those systems, now knowing that once someone comes with this inquiry, this is my response, and this is how I funnel them into like a close. If you get what I mean, that's one thing I'm really working on as well.
Makes sense.
What about you?
I told you about the whole management thing, innit? In terms of like artists and like influencers and stuff, innit? So that's something I would like kind of me and my boy. Let me start again. Yeah, so I told you about the whole management thing in terms of artists and influencers and stuff, innit?
Yeah.
And that's something that kind of myself and a couple of others wanted to do for 2020, innit? Shout out Upper Echelon, because that's what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? So, so obviously we wanted to get into management like for 2020, and it was like, no point waiting. We can do it now. There's people in front of us.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? We're building our connection, so let's just jump right in. So, at the moment, got one artist and one influencer so far, and now it's just like patterning stuff for them. Do you know what I'm saying? So, for example, the artist has content, has tunes. It's just about getting out there. But what I've noticed about, and this is just my opinion, innit? What I've noticed is about kind of people that do music. They go into music without having any strategy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Because with no strategy, you're just hemorrhaging peas.
Yeah.
And like, obviously, the music industry can get expensive.
Yeah, it is.
Because you got to pay for video shoot, location, editing. If you're models, you got to pay for models. You know what I'm saying? So you're already looking at like probably like 3 bags already. You know what I'm saying? So it's about kind of putting the correct strategy in place that meets your long-term vision. So we kind of got that now. Now it's just about putting that in execution.
Yeah.
And then with the like influencer side, it's just about just patterning stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So kind of that's the space
No, I
I'm
get
in.
you. I've got a question for you.
Yeah.
How do you sort of discern whether something's a distraction or whether it's an opportunity? Because a lot of things sort of come your way, a lot of things come my way. Someone say, Shubbz, you're a business savvy guy. Can we do this project together? And it's like, yeah, I can make some money off this. But is it gonna? How do you sort of determine or discern what really?
My question to me is, does it add value?
Okay.
I guess it's like 3 pillars: value, money, learning. If it ticks one of those, then it's good. If it's not,
what ticks one or ticks all 3?
No, it doesn't have to tick all 3.
Okay.
Because sometimes you're not going to get all 3. You know
But what if something brings you money though, and it's actually taking more of your time, and it's not worth it? I guess
it depends how much, and you got to weigh out the pros and the cons. Because let's say, for example, you want to invest in something, or you need to buy something. If you do that project quick, it might take, I don't know, 3 months, but that means cool. That's 3 months of your own money that you're not spending, that you're not going to spend. You know what I'm saying, when you get paid for it. But if it's like, if you're learning, it's like, cool, okay, cool, I've learned this. That means I can apply this in another area.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
No, I get you. Because so I actually got into business, with someone, because I really liked that idea, and I actually thought, like, yeah, I could make some money off this, and yeah, like I could run it. But a lot of the time is really, it actually takes your time, and there's a thing called opportunity cost, which is the cost like you're enduring when you could be doing something else.
Yeah.
And it's very hard to choose, because like, if I'm not putting my full 100 into it, the business is not gonna grow. Even though I got someone else involved, like I'm still gonna be like, at first I wanted to go into it as just like a silent partner, silent investor. They do all the work, I just put my money in. But knowing how I am, like with my expectations, that can't happen. So it's like,
but I guess, so just off the back of what you said, that it's a question of, do you have faith in the person? Because if you do, then you'll be more than happy just to call. Here's my bread, do your thing. Because that's what investors do. Investors, they invest in the people as well as the idea, but it's more time it's the people, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you trust that person's work ethic, that person's vision, then why would you want to kind of get so knees deep?
No, I get what you mean. Maybe because I'm like you said, visionary, seeing a vision for something, and if it's not been executed or working up to that, you sort of feel like you have to do it. And in that sense, it's like a thing where, like, I have a vision for the business. That's why I was into it. That's why I bought into it. They came with the system, and like the vision and systems is not sort of on par. So I had to make that happen. But like I said, not being able to put my 100% in it. So even now I'm looking back thinking, maybe I should have said no to that opportunity, because like, if I'm not putting my 100% in it, it's slightly a waste of time.
But could you have still, how can I phrase it? Could you still have like kind of coached the person to meet the vision without getting involved in the delivery stuff? Because that's what managers do.
Mm.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Nah.
They coach and provide guidance so that their team do the legwork.
I get you, maybe, but also, yeah, I get what you mean, but it's also a thing where like there was an element of value that I brought in that the person was also expecting for me to sort of do, if you get what I mean. So it was never a thing where it was like I was just putting money into it and then sitting back. Because like no business is easy.
No, of course.
And that's one thing I didn't really understand when I was making that decision. I was thinking, yeah, I can run this. Like, yeah, this could be the third business I'm working on. But really and truly, like when a lot of people say streamlining and really focusing on one thing, like I sort of get it now, because really and truly, when you're doing so many things and when you're a master of everything, a master of none, like it really sort of does affect. Like I know for a fact that the more I focus on one thing would really bring the most value, if you get what I mean.
But I think personally, I think you can kind of span across multiple things, but you need people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You need teams, because where you lack, they might benefit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you. Definitely. That's why I'm super big on having business partners. I started Review Club by myself, and like luckily I was able to sort of leverage everyone around me by using their expertise. Like people are doing stuff for me without them knowing that they're actually part of my team.
Yeah.
If you get what I mean? Like my sisters, my friends, stuff like that. So it sort of helps me in a sense. But I don't really believe in solopreneurs anymore. Like it's all good being your own kind of, your own boss and stuff like that and doing it on your own. But a lot of the time it's like I guess it also depends on what type of business you're going for and what type of model. Like if you're say like someone who like is a beautician or hairdresser or something like that, that's fair enough if you're just sort of doing it. That's sort of like more self-employed rather than a business owner. If you're a business owner, you actually have a business where you're offering services on a much wider and larger scale, and there's a lot that sort of comes with it, if you get what I mean. But even I've noticed nowadays a lot of people who are sort of self-employed, like hairdressers or like MUAs and stuff like that, they're getting people to help them with their bookings. So they have managers and stuff like that. And that's the right way to go about it, because then you're sort of, it's sort of the 80-20 rule. You focus on the 20% that brings the 80% of money. Yeah. And those who are doing the 80%, like the bookings, the admin stuff, making sure you're getting all your invoices, stuff like that, it sort of makes it easier for you, if you get what I mean. So I've noticed a lot of people are doing that now, which sort of works much better, or using online platforms to sort of help them with that as well.
But I guess it's just like what I mentioned on the last episode, didn't it? Like if you want to go fast, go by yourself. If you want to go far, go with people.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? If you look at the top, like, you know, if you look at like Jay-Z, Kanye, Meek, like they all benefit from each other, do you know what I'm saying? Because they're a team, fam. So they all leverage off each other's knowledge and experience and stuff. So I'm a big advocate on kind of surrounding yourself with good people, building teams that have the skill set that you don't necessarily have.
Yeah.
So for example, like me, like my attention to detail is shit. So I know for a fact, like I need someone who's gonna be like, alright, cool, like Alex, like you've done this, but where's A, B, and C? Do you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm big.
That's also, but that's also the thinking behind me and you teaming up to do this. Because you were doing your own thing, I was doing my own thing. But I knew to really build like this kind of brand I want, I can't go in it alone.
But even with us, like, we was trying to pattern stuff out of bookings and that, like, it was like, he was getting spun, you know what I'm saying? So we needed to get someone to do that. Exactly. Do you know what I mean? And obviously, like, cool, as much as I wanted to learn editing, he was like, focus on stuff that we didn't need. Do you know what I'm saying? So you had to get someone, do you know what I'm saying? 100%. So, and even now, like, even if you look at the energy of the team, like everyone bounces off each other, do you know what I'm saying? We all have our individual skill sets, like kind of that combine into one and achieve one common goal.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
No,
but
definitely.
I think a key, like if you're looking to build a team, if you're doing your thing and you're looking to build a team, one big thing you should look out for is chemistry.
Yeah.
So for example, like when I was reaching out to the two individuals in it, like you know, the newest member.
Yeah. Can we just shout at the whole Hustle Smart team?
Shout out the Hustle Smart team, man. You lot are 30
you lot are killing it.
But like, you know, the new, not the newest member, the second newest
Yeah.
member. So the one that came in before, yeah?
Yeah.
Like, I asked her to come on board within like 10 minutes of talking to her because and this was on the phone, innit? I was talking to her on the phone. And it's just her energy levels, fam. Her energy was mad. So I was like, nah. I feel your energy. Like, come, man. I need you on the team, do you know what I'm saying? And I think people, they just look at I think sometimes people only focus on the value that people can bring as opposed to the energy. Because realistically, like, if someone has kind of a similar energy to you, you'll bounce off them and you can kind of grow together.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Because some people, they go into business and they got like, they're both good, they might be good people and they might provide like good value, but they don't have no chemistry, so they don't work well together. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's like my key little
definitely. But my thing with building teams as well is also making sure they understand the vision.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the time, like, when that's how conflicts happens, when no one's on the same page, understanding the same kind of vision, if you get what I mean. So it sort of does make it much harder. But like, everyone under the same house, understand the same vision, we're all striving towards the same thing. And everyone's adding their own way of how we can get to the right place. It really does go further. And that's sort of like being honest with everyone. Like, when you're starting off, you don't have the finance to be paying off members, but they believe in the long-term vision. They believe that we're going to get to a stage where money won't be an issue. And that's the only way people can kind of buy into it. Because it's all about allowing them to see the value they can gain from it. And also seeing how they can be part of something that's moving forward. So that's the thing. A lot of times people just, like, I used to apply for intern roles, with these like small businesses, and like, they're not paying me, but like, I'm seeing the value in taking part in it. But on their part, they're not seeing how they can add value to me. Do you get what I mean? So with me, like, if anyone is sort of working for me for free, for example, my writers, I'll always try and get them new opportunities for them to actually make income. Do you get what I mean?
No,
so their skills, they're getting paid elsewhere. But because of me and because of sort of the favour of sort of them being part of my team, they're not just doing stuff for free for me. They're actually gaining experience, and they're also using that to leverage and get other opportunities as well. Like, a lot of the times people just want to take. And that's the thing. And this is also one thing that I've noticed, like, there's a difference between a boss and a leader. A leader is someone who sort of like accepts responsibility, understands they're actually working for the employees, not the employees working for them. They take that responsibility and they do everything in their power to help their employees grow, help their team grow, and sort of add value to them rather than just take and take. Whereas the boss thinks they know it all. They think like, you have to follow my orders, you have to respect me, you have to do this. And a lot of the times, a lot of people go into business wanting to be their own boss, but not understanding that you're a leader for everyone else. Do you get what I mean? And that's one thing I've noticed. And
I think another thing is trust as well. Because like, I'm sure there's some things that I've suggested or I've done, and you're just thinking, what the fuck you doing? You know what I'm saying? And likewise, I'm saying, but it's like, cool. You know what? Like, we're building this together. Like, I wouldn't have accepted it if I didn't think you was capable. You know what I'm saying? So let me hang back and do your thing. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So,
like, that's exactly it. Transparency and also like belief. Like, you don't want to micromanage. Do you get me? You don't want to be like, okay, but like, what are you doing? Like, why are you doing this? What's this gonna bring? Do you get what I mean? You have to allow people to express that creativity and sort of go forth with sort of what they believe and what they see they can bring, if you get what I mean.
Micromanager, fam. I hate the feeling of being micromanaged. I hate it.
Yeah, that was the last thing in my last job, and I couldn't stand it, bro.
Like, it makes me so angry to a point I was trying to just fight someone. Like, I hate it that much. Like, it's mad because it just makes you feel like I'm in a box.
Yeah.
Like, it's horrible.
Like, not being able to express your creativity as a creative is super, super frustrating, and it can really create a proper toxic environment. But even sort of navigating out of that is a bit tough. Like, I can't really spread advice on how, because I just ran away from it. I don't really know how people in that situation can get the best out of it.
You just gotta talk up, fam. Cause I'm like, I can't like, obviously, in my work, on my first project, I thought I was being micromanaged. I can't lie, I pulled my manager. It didn't really go that well. I'm not even gonna lie in it, but I pulled my manager into a room. I said, look, I'm not gonna.
Why is your hand on your head?
Oh, yeah, like I put my manager in the room, innit? I was like, I can't lie. What you're doing, I don't like it. It's not how I learn. It's not good for me. Just please don't.
But
do
in
it.
what voice did you say it so the people listening can go back and because that voice is sounding very.
I was like,
get me?
I said, listen. I said, what you're doing, I don't like it. It's not how I learn. It's not beneficial for me. It just doesn't work. That's how I said it. And obviously, it got misconstrued as if I was being an aggressive black guy.
Yeah, please.
Which I can understand because I'm like 6 foot plus. You know what I'm saying? I'm moderately wedged. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
voice,
cool.
bro.
But I was mad, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Obviously, I can't lie. The person I was talking to was bare small as well. So this
is my corporate voice. Hi there. I have something to say.
No, but like now, like my corporate voice is a bit more softer, innit? But
what's your corporate voice?
It's like, I don't know, like, hi, how are you? You alright? Yeah, I'm not too bad, thank you, not too bad. You know what I'm
so
saying?
in that turn, how would you tell them he'll be micromanaged?
Sorry, I'm just feeling a little bit frustrated, you know? I just feel like you're just micromanaging me a bit. Sometimes I just kind of, when I feel micromanaged, I feel very claustrophobic. Doesn't allow me to kind of express my creativity and just provide new ideas and really add value, you know? So I'd appreciate if you just kind of, obviously maybe not them words in it, but that's the tone of voice that I would use.
I hate
But
you.
like,
it's so funny because you know when the man are working off in the sea, you don't see how they be talking, but we all understand. We all have that voice.
But like,
it's too funny.
Now, like if I need to get, obviously I'm working with a lot of people in it, especially in different countries. So now if I need something done, I'll be like, look, mate, this is overdue. I need you to get it done, please. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's much more assertive, but it's still professional. Do you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
When I'm talking to like my colleagues and stuff, obviously sometimes I kind of talk normally, but if we're having like a really professional conversation, then I'll just kind of change. Like I'll just slightly change the kind of the tone of my voice.
Yeah, man. I feel like that's a big talent for all of us, though.
Yeah.
Like from secondary school to sixth form to uni to working, you've all been. You have to know how to navigate in the spaces, man. You can't come with that.
No, you can't.
That whole kind of behavior you have around your peers or your friends into the corporate world, because bro, it just won't work.
I think you can definitely bring elements of it.
Yeah,
100% you can bring elements, but you just can't bring everything. And I just think because the industry is not ready for that. Is because that sort of energy is very, very disruptive.
Yeah. Very
disruptive. You know what I'm saying? If you go to the client and be like, yo, fam, we saying man needs to get this done, you know what I'm saying? So like what? You're gonna pattern that? It's like, what?
No, but have you ever clocked yourself saying stuff like, yeah, I'll pattern that to like your boss, like by accident?
No, I've never said I'll pattern that. I said one time, I said, fam, no, I didn't even say fam, I said, this client's moving nuts, you know. That's what I said. But obviously, we was talking, yeah. And he got what I was saying, innit? He didn't really kind of bat eyelid, but he got what I was saying. But now, like in my work, yeah, like when kind of like I talk on Skype a lot, innit? When someone says something mad, I'm thinking, I say, what the fuck? Like, and then my colleague next to me is like, hey, you're all right, mate? Like, yeah. See what I'm saying? But to be fair, even the colleague that I sit next to, she's always slurring, fam.
Fair enough.
But it's just like little things like that which you can't really help, kind of thing.
I don't think you can really prepare for it either. You just sort of have to, like, once you start doing it, once you're in the spaces from young, like there's like, once you're in it from young, sort of working retail, speaking to these different kind of customers, it helps. Do you get me? Then when you're into bigger roles.
Yeah. Quick question, yeah. Do you like when you was like in the office, and let's say like one of your boys like calls you and you answer, would you speak professionally or would you just talk normally?
Fairly normal, but obviously not using slang, but just talking normal, like, yo, bro, what's happening?
Yeah.
I use the Essex voice a lot. What's happening?
Yeah.
Then obviously after they tell me what's going on.
Yeah.
No problem, bro. I'll give you a shout later. Do you get me?
Because today my cousin called me and I was like, yo, I'll go on, I'm just at work quick, innit? What's up? But obviously, I don't think anyone heard me in it. But I only realised once I put the phone down. I said, yeah, well, go on, what's up? Cool, yeah, I'll sort that. alright, cool, say nothing in a bit. Do you know what I mean? But that's not bad though.
No, of course, not really. Like, it is whatever, innit? Like, but as long as you're not really chatting to no colleagues like that, then that's fair enough.
Don't talk to but,
do you think your placement here helped you a lot? Would you recommend current university students to go on placement?
Big advocate for placement, yes.
Yeah.
It puts so much things into perspective.
Yeah.
Fam, that's when I clocked. This life is hard, bro.
Yeah.
It's like, because don't forget, like, my placement was very different, innit? So I done 6 months at in car rental.
Yeah.
Then I done another 6 months at the regulator. Do you know what I'm saying? It's mad because that allowed me to kind of master communication and master the adaptation of talking to people. Do you know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
So you see, you know where you worked for the car rental?
Yeah.
You see, like, working there after uni as well is really hard. So, like, I can't even imagine how that must have been doing that for placement year.
I didn't go there after uni. I went there.
No, I know, but I know people who went there after uni.
It's difficult. But the reason why I recommend it, because it puts hairs on your chest, fam. Like, bro, you're doing minimum 50 hours a week.
Yeah.
Like, as in, and obviously, like, the team will kind of...
I wouldn't recommend that.
No, I would recommend it. Because it turns
you don't need to do 50 hours.
You don't need to, but it turns you into a machine. Because, like, obviously now, where I have a big lunch, innit, after 12 o'clock, I'm slumped. I'm falling asleep in my chair and that. But, like, before, what? At like 3 o'clock, I'm still ready to go. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm still out here. So you do minimum 50 hours a week, yeah. And it's like when you join the corporate world, where you're so used to doing those mad hours, when it reaches like 2, 3 o'clock, you're not really tired. You're still kind of pumped, ready to go. And even on like a Friday in car rental, like my team used to go out and we have to get in at 7. So imagine we're probably leaving where we are at like 2, 3 in the morning. Coming home, only getting a couple hours sleep, man is like, look, you need to be in by 7. If you're not in by 7, 7:30 latest, then it's going to be peak for you.
Fuck that.
And it's like, fam, as in, it's mad because that year I got so much headaches just because of exhaustion, innit? Man's like, yeah, mate, need to take this van up to Redbridge. I'm thinking, brother, like, I'm going to crash this car, like, and I thought, fam, I'm falling asleep, yeah? I'm like, gee, I'm gonna crash this car. Like, please, like, stop this. Like, please.
Listen, let me. Listen, that's nuts. But even my last job was 50 hours.
Yeah.
And my last job was graft. So it definitely prepared me. But like, at one point, you just have to notice that what you're doing, you can get paid the same thing doing it elsewhere. It's so much easier. Like, you see, when I say hustle smart, I mean hustle smart. Get your checks without burning out, bro. That's what I mean. Like, I clocked it. Like, I'm like, why am I killing myself for this pay when I can get this pay elsewhere? You just got to be strategic about it. But like you said, when you're starting off as a sort of placement, you got to graft. And even me, I had to graft. Really train me, put me out there. Do you get what I mean? But like, hustling smart, bro. Like, when people are telling me what they're getting paid and what they're doing, what they're getting paid for, I'm like, bro, in this life, bro.
But I think, like,
have money.
I think before you kind of go, let's say if you're in uni and you kind of want to, before you even graduate and actually go into your career, do things that will push you outside your comfort zone, because it will prepare you for situations that you're gonna come into contact with within the workplace. Do you know what I'm saying? So. And I think especially a lot of people in university, they can communicate, but they don't really know how to communicate effectively.
Yeah.
And I think one thing kind of car rental done for me, it taught me how to communicate effectively. Like, if there's a situation and that's your customer, you have to handle it. Do you know what I'm saying? So
I hear you. And also in this economy, you can't really be too picky. You have to sometimes take what comes and add it to your CV. And go with it, but I hear that, but I would only say that only if you're kind of in a space where you can do that.
Yeah. If you're in a space where you can't, then don't do it. Don't just kind of settle.
No, I get you. But do you know what I actually recommend? For people who slightly sort of want to build their own business, like, go to a small business, because there's so many things and so much value you can gain from it. For example, when I was at a small business, I was doing everything. I was employing people. I was interviewing people, bro. Like, I was going on Indeed, putting job posts, then calling them up, doing phone interviews, and then doing face-to-face interviews. Bro, I've never done a face-to-face interview for another company, bro. Like, I've actually never sat in front of an employer. But I'm on the other end now, sitting as an employer to people who are trying to get an employee role.
Yeah.
So like stuff like that just puts you out there, and being out a small business,
Mm.
there's a lot of experience you can gain from that. Really fast tracks your whole knowledge, your whole business acumen and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, I agree.
So like a lot of times, while a lot of people are looking for sort of the city roles and stuff like that, like you should definitely sort of try and see whether there's value to gain as well in these small businesses and how you can sort of get involved as well, because the selection process might be a bit easier than the whole like bigger corporates, if you get what I mean.
Yeah, but people want to get paid, man.
No, 100%, 100%.
I think that's what will sometimes, or it might put people off from applying to a smaller company. However, personally, I think smaller companies usually anyway, will typically have like more money to kind of hemorrhage.
It depends what type of small business it is.
Yeah.
Like there's 5 to 10 people, there's 50 size kind of companies that are small business. So it all depends, but you just gotta play the game smart, man, and really hustle smart in this world.
That's what it's about, man. You need to be strategic.
You need to be intentional as well.
Yeah.
Like you need to know what you want out of it. You need to know what you're working towards. Like you can't just be reactive. You have to be proactive. You need to sort of have your steps. You need to know what you're working towards. And you really need to have a game plan in your head, or else like life will just be taking left, right and centre.
No. That's what I say it, fam. Life is like one big roadmap. Without strategy, without a plan, left turn right, turn roundabout, dead end, you're stuck.
No,
you break down, fam. You break down, you can't replace your tyres. You run out of oil, run out of petty. You're pissed.
No, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Do you know what I think everyone should do?
Hi everyone, this is my younger sister Lamde.
Hello. Can't see me. I think everyone should volunteer, at least like to start off with, because it allows you to like gain a lot of the experiences that you would need when it comes to like, and this should be like during uni or before uni, because you're just building that acumen, you're building that communication skills, you're building all these skills that you need. So when it comes to now getting a job, you can actually decide what you're going to do, because you don't have to settle, like you were saying. You can actually decide, okay, does this place actually deserve me? Because you know you have value that you've worked over a long period of time to do. So let's take me for example, when it came to applying, because I graduated in July. So when it came to me applying for jobs, I was very picky because I had 6 years work experience, volunteering, showing that I have communication skills, showing I have leadership skills. So I'm able to start from a higher level, even though I'm only a certain age, because I've had that time volunteering. Although sometimes it's like, oh fam, I don't have money for transport like this, but I knew the long-term goal is that I'm not settling. I'm only going to work for a certain price.
Yeah, she bagged a banging graduate program. I was like, shit, this is what they're paying people? No cap.
And that's because I have the experience to say that. Like, when it came to me going to the interview, I was interviewing you. Like, why should I work for you?
Jeez.
Because, like...
No, that's big.
That's my little sis.
And fam, that's what people don't do. People are... They're very scared to flip it back on the company. So okay, cool. Like, I'm providing my time to get paid, but what are you actually bringing me?
Exactly. Because when I was applying for jobs, I deep that. I don't want it to be a case that all you can give me is your reputation and your money. I'm worth more than that. So what else can I actually get?
But I got a question for you. So where are you volunteering? Like, are you volunteering for other businesses? Because that's slightly exploitation, isn't it? Like, where are you volunteering to, for programs or projects, or how does one go about it?
I think you go based on your interests or what you're interested in. So I started volunteering during athletics. So I used to run when I was in like year 10. So with that, they used to do things for the community to try to get more people into sports. So I started that way. And then you deep that it's actually fun. Like, you're doing it with your friends that you train with anyways. And then you're able to say, I was able to put this into the community, to talk to different types of people. The way you're able to spin it is sick. You don't need to do something extra. You just need to go, okay, a food bank, see if you can, like during Christmas time, can you pack food for the homeless? All those type of small things that you might actually be passionate about. And it also made me deep that I love working with people. I love doing things for the community. So just start somewhere, like Tesco might have something, like Google stuff like, where can I volunteer in my local area? There's stuff like UK Youth, all this different type of youth organizations or things that have things already in place for you to find ways to give back to your community or to volunteer.
No,
Don't get exploited.
No, I get you. Yeah, but I also feel like you can also do that at this age now as well. There's always different ways to sort of get involved volunteering. And I feel like that opens doors for you as well, bro. Like, I've actually volunteered to some projects, and then after, like I'm meeting people there, I'm networking, and people are offering me opportunities to sort of go further as well. And like that's my sister's been very intentional with that as well. Like she'll get involved in a campaign, and then from there, like she'll be speaking to some people. Then next thing, like even at her uni, she was volunteering a lot. And then next thing, like the uni will bring her someone. And then all of a sudden she's got a mentor, and now the mentor's taking her places. So like I feel like a lot of times there's so many, like when I say live intentionally, I mean put yourself in the right places, be strategic about it, so you make sure you're able to create your own opportunities, because that's how it is, bro. That's how people find luck, if you get what I mean.
Yeah, I was never one of them guys that was volunteering still. I thought, that's long, man. But now, in retrospect, I kind of wish I'd done it still.
It's not too late.
No, to be fair, I kind of do that now at work. So they have this thing, obviously they got like BAME, like Asian minority ethnic. Personally, like BAME's all good in that, but why is it only siloed to like black, Asian minority ethnic? I'm saying it should be open to anyone, whoever. That's my personal belief in it. But yeah, so I do that now, innit? So like last year, I organised an Insight Day. So a group of students came into my company, done like kind of introduction to like kind of what consulting is, what banking is, interview skills, CV, that stuff. And then now we got another one that I've organised. It's taking place in like 2 weeks actually. Oh, that's been so stressful to organise. Yeah, so I'm doing that. So
what
I kind
is
of
it?
do that. Yeah, so again, it's not an Insight Day, but it's a mentoring day. So it's a half. So a couple of my colleagues, we're gonna go into a school in South East London and basically kind of talk to them. We've got 3 topics: communication, how to be the best possible version of yourself, and kind of CV and interview prep. And obviously, it's targeted year 11s. So year 11s, obviously, they're gonna go into college. Some are gonna be doing apprenticeships, things like that. So it's just literally preparing them kind of for life after school. Because bro, when I was in year 11, I was still naive, and I was thinking that everything's gonna be calm.
Yeah, bro.
I think that's very important because like I run a mentoring organisation called Live. Follow us on socials. Live_mentoring. Just had to quickly plug it. And like the reason is because like if you don't have people to look up to or older than you, you're never gonna know about these things. And like that is, you get so much more fulfillment in doing that because you know that they're going to remember you in a couple of years. They're going to remember Alex helped me out doing this. Do you know what I mean? So all this time, like it doesn't, like it's so much more valuable to
planting
do that.
Seeds.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? And you're
Planting
watering
seeds.
things, and it's like that's what life is about. You're actually helping people along the way, and it's always remembering yourself that, like, reminding yourself that you don't have to be a certain level before you give back. Like, you have to
100%.
develop that mindset and that like muscle now until when you're big. Okay, do you have
to pay it back as much as you pay it forward.
Yeah,
that's one thing I learned, and that's why, like, even with me mentoring other people, it's not because I've reached a certain stage, but it's because I'm at a stage where, like, they're not at yet, if you get what I mean. Like, I'm a couple years older than them, so of course there's things I've been through that they haven't, where I can be able to help them navigate. And a lot of the times, like, so I'm part of a mentorship organisation called TAG, the Advantage Group. And there was a time where we were looking for mentors, and I was telling all my friends, apply. And like, bro, not gonna lie, I ain't got nothing to offer these guys. But you have your experience, you have your life experience to offer them. So a lot of the time people think like, being a mentor is like, I need to be in this position, I need to be Jay-Z's level before start giving back. But there's so much value you can give back as well. So it's definitely important to understand you got to plant seeds on your way up as well.
No, I agree.
I
agree.
What's your word for the week?
Word for the week.
Actually, Lamde, what's your word for the week?
Yeah.
My word for the week.
What do you want our people to take this week as they go on?
Don't complain. So it's for this month. I'm not allowed to complain this month, especially at work, because I think that sometimes you ask to be in a position, and then when you're actually there, you forget that it requires work for you to actually maintain that level, or for you to actually excel at that level. Like, you've never been in that space before. You've asked for a higher level, and now it's hard. And you're like, get me out of this ghetto. So my word is don't complain, because you asked for this. So put in the work. Yeah.
No, I get you.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, don't complain.
Yeah, I agree. I'm gonna take that on because I took the leap of faith and I can't complain because I made that decision.
I hear that, but I think you can complain only if you're doing something about it. But I think it applies to people. Let's say if you're in a position and you want to get into a different position and you're complaining about your current position. Okay. If you ain't doing anything about it, then you can't complain.
But I also think complaining doesn't really do anything.
Yeah,
so like it's very important not to complain.
No, it doesn't. Complaining is a waste of time.
Like you can, expressing how you feel is different to complaining. Like complaining is just so negative. Like
imagine being around a complainer day in, day out, like, every day. Oh my God, like get out.
It's true. Still,
there's a difference.
So 2 words of the week: don't complain.
Don't complain.
You heard it here first, guys. Cool. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for listening. As always, if you want to jump on the pod, if you got some value to share, give us a shout, email us, or drop us a DM.
Yeah, man.
Our socials are down there.
Yeah, man. We're friendly guys. You ain't gonna bite. And there you have it, guys. Hustle smart.
Hustle smart.
Wow.
Hustle smart.